Welcome to the Success Sensei Podcast for anyone interested in success, happiness, and balance. We'll teach you how to be a black belt at life. And now, your host, former professional fighter, multiple world champion, entrepreneur, and investor, Robert Devane.
This is Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei, helping you to win at life one kick and punch at a time. This is episode 61, Bulletproof Your Mind. So bulletproof your mind and how to do it. So obviously we'd all like to be better prepared for life's eventualities, for all the ups and downs, and to make ourselves mentally stronger to handle other people who are negative, and to handle all the negative things that can happen to us, whether they're events, whether there's something going wrong, whether it's something that you have going wrong, whether it's relationships, whether it's job. Life is going to absolutely throw curveballs at you all the time. So the only thing that we can actually control is how we react and how we respond to these things. And it is possible to mentally prepare yourself, basically to be bulletproof. So not actually literally bulletproof. So how to defend against someone shooting you in the brain. That's not what we're talking about at all. We're talking about bulletproof your mind, how to make your mind basically stronger and get into a mindset that you can withstand anything. So starting off, I've done a list. Of course I've done a list because a list is the best way to do these things. Otherwise I won't remember them. And number one is get yourself physically fit. So even though we're talking about your mind and bulletproof your mind, when you're physically fit, you're a completely different and more confident version of yourself. So that would be step one. Get yourself as physically fit as possible. When you're not feeling good about your body or your appearance, it's very hard to bulletproof your mind. So physical fitness is something that you should always be working on. Obviously, it includes what you eat, and it includes regular training, regular physical conditioning. Number two, get yourself mentally fit. So if you're feeling mentally fit, if you're reading and writing or studying, and you feel that you're constantly improving your mind, educating yourself, and that you're learning and improving, then that will give you a lot of confidence and also bulletproof your mind. So that was number two, getting yourself mentally fit. Number three, so this is different from number one, but it'll sound like number one, but it's not. Take up a confidence building physical activity. So yeah, it is to do with getting physically fit, but that's not what I'm talking about at all. There's one thing going to the gym and getting yourself in shape and feeling, confident about your appearance and about your health. But taking up a confidence building physical activity is different, because it's not just training for aesthetics or training for health. It's actually doing something that gives you more confidence. So obviously I'm going to suggest self-defense or martial arts, but it could be yoga, it could be gymnastics, something that you do that makes you realize, wow, I could be dancing, that I can do this. Other people might not necessarily be able to do it. It's a skill that I have, and it helps you to walk taller, chest out, and it just gives you that kind of confidence. So we're not talking about the gym, not just the gym, which is kind of just repetitive movements to get yourself physically fit. What we're talking about, an actual skill, so a physical skill. So that's number three. Number four, save as large an emergency fund as possible. So have as large a savings fund as possible. The more money you have to rely on, the more confidence you will have if anything should happen. So you'll give you a lot of confidence knowing that if anything negative should happen, you have enough money to fix that situation, or you have enough money to buy yourself out of that situation. So it gives you a lot of confidence to know that you have a war chest, or you have a secret stash that's large enough for any eventuality. Obviously, the more money you have, the more confidence it can give you. Not arrogance. We don't want you to cross over to the arrogant side of things, but it can definitely give you a lot of confidence. Yes, a lot of money can also bring you a lot of other problems and different types of problems. But right now, to bulletproof your mind, it's nice to know that you have enough money to purchase whatever you want or to do whatever you want. Whether you choose to actually do it or not, or to buy it or not, that's another issue. But it should give you the confidence to know that you can, or to get yourself out of an emergency situation. Number 5, don't overly compare to others. Now, I'm not going to be wishy-washy and say don't compare to others at all, because do you know what? Some comparison is healthy and some comparison is important, because you do need benchmarks in your life. Otherwise, how are you going to aspire to be like your heroes, or like the people that you aspire? How are you going to aspire to be like the people that you aspire to be like? So don't overly compare. Don't do it to the point where it turns you negative, and don't do it to people that aren't positive or don't bring out the best in you. But certainly a little bit of comparison is okay, as I said, if you're using it as a benchmark. But don't do it in such a way, don't do it to everybody that you meet. Don't be overly competitive, and don't be overly comparing to people that you don't need to comparing to, and that it doesn't benefit you in any way. Only do it to the ones that brings out the best in you, not the worst in you. So don't overly compare to others. Number 6, don't put too much emphasis on what others think about you. People are going to say things behind your back. People are going to think things about you, think negative things about you. It's not really up to you, and it's none of your business really. Don't worry about it, because you've absolutely no control in what other people think or say about you, to a point. So there's no point in worrying too much about it. There's no point in shaping all your future actions based on the emphasis you're putting in what others may think of you. You're not really that important in other people's minds either. So you fire on with your own path, and don't put too much emphasis on what others think of you. You fire on with your own goals. Number 7, meditate, or simply think about with your eyes closed, on your positive points. Not all the negative points about yourself that you tell about yourself about every single day and every single minute of the day to tear yourself down. No, meditate on your positive points and have a think about your future positive image of yourself. So keep it positive. There's no point in dwelling on the negative things, that your negative traits are the negative characteristics that you have. Instead, imagine your future self with the positive characteristics, so having removed the negative. So basically picture how you wish yourself to be, to help you transform into that person. So rather than tearing you down with negativity, you're focusing on your positive points, and you're concentrating on the person that you wish to become. So your future positive image of yourself. Number 8, keep a small but close group of family and friends. So it's fine to have lots of friends, obviously, but I'm talking about if you have a small select few that you can be very open with, then you're doing better than most people. Hang on, I've got a cough. Sorry about that. So if you have a small group of people that you can confide in, you're doing better than most people. So you don't necessarily want to have a wide circle of friends who aren't close. Having a wide circle of friends is absolutely super, but you should have a few best friends, and obviously family members that probably know you better than you know yourself. That's how you know that you're doing well, you're on the right path, and you're somewhat successful. Is that if you have a few people that you can rely on, that no matter what happens you can confide in, that is definitely bulletproof in your mind, because you have your small group of people that you respect and that respect you. So that's more than most people. Most people don't even have one of those. So if you can do a handful of those, including family members, do you know what? You're doing great, and you're doing better than most people. So well done to you if that's your case. And if not, get working on it and try to find people of the same moral value as you, people who make you feel good about yourself and you make them feel good about themselves. It has to be a two-way thing. It can't just be a one-way street, unfortunately. Number 9, become as self-sufficient as possible. So the more things you can do for yourself, the more confidence it gives you. If you can change, it's something simple. For a long time, I wasn't able to change a plug. I had to do absolutely everything myself. There's a lot I can actually do now. Even though I have the money to pay someone to change a plug, I'm able to do it myself. And it definitely gives me confidence. So that's a really small example. But you could imagine the more things that you can do for yourself, the more self-sufficient you are as possible, the less you have to rely on others, the more you bulletproof your mind, the more confidence. It's all about confidence, and not false confidence, not arrogance, but real confidence. If you were able to service your own car, I can't, by the way, but if you were, I could figure out a lot of things, but if you were able to service your car, if you were able to do home repairs, if you're able to grow your own vegetables, if you're able to harvest your own water, if you're able to generate your own solar or wind power or energy, there's so many different ways. Self-sufficiency means so many things to so many people, but it 100% gives you more confidence in yourself. And in turn, each little skill that you add to your repertoire helps you build the next skill and gives you the confidence to know, do you know what, I can do other things. And don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Have the confidence that, look, Google is there and University YouTube is there. So have a look and you'll be amazed at what you'll be able to do. And you'll be amazed at the things that you're able to do that you were never able to do before. You can learn to do and constantly improve in the future. So become as self-sufficient as possible. Number 10. Detach from an overemphasis on material possessions. So, I'm not saying don't have material possessions. I'm not saying have such a minimalist lifestyle that you don't have material possessions. But I'm just saying detach yourself from an overemphasis on material possessions, because material possessions break. And what are you going to do then if you can't replace them? So you don't want to be so reliant that your life goes into a negative downward spiral if, you don't get the car that you want to get, or you don't get the clothes that you want to have. You shouldn't be so attached to a material possession that it affects your day-to-day happiness. It shouldn't have that strong an effect over you. So, everybody likes nice things. Everyone loves to have nice things. But also the reasons for wanting those nice things should be clear. It shouldn't be just to try to impress. I want to get something just to try to impress other people. And guess what? Those people probably won't be impressed. They'll probably think they'll probably still think you're an idiot. But the same idiot who now happens to have something flash, or else they won't even acknowledge that it's something cool or something nice. So don't bother trying to impress other people with your possessions, or just purchasing a possession just to try to impress other people. It's futile, and it's not the right reason for you to be actually giving away your life energy on an hourly basis to your job or to whatever career you do in order to be able to raise the money and the capital to be able to purchase something to try to impress somebody else that's not going to be impressed. So make sure that your reasons for purchasing are clear to yourself and that you actually want to purchase these things. Otherwise, it's a waste of money. And don't detach yourself. Don't have an overemphasis. You are not the possessions that you have. You're not the clothes that you have. You're not the car that you drive. They make life a little bit easier. They make life, but to a point. Don't get caught up and don't lose yourself. Number 11, the last one, an odd number 11. Plan for the worst, hope for the best, and learn to convert negatives into positives. So basically what we're saying with this one is, even when you bulletproof your mind, you're still going to have hardships in your life. Things are still going to happen that you had absolutely zero control over. Or maybe you've made a couple of mistakes and you've drawn negative things towards yourself, or something has gone wrong along the way. So you have to be able to roll with the punches. You have to be able to turn negatives into positives. You have to be able to basically plan and do think about all eventualities. Do think about all the permutations of your plans and your goals, like what exactly could happen, all the paths that could happen, all the consequences that could happen, so that you're prepared. And in a way, have a pessimistic plan but an optimistic mindset. So make sure that you know all the negative things that could happen, but go at life with a positive frame of mind. If you're negative, when you meet people, or when you go about your daily activities and you're negative, it's very easy to attract more negativity. Whereas if you're positive, it's a hell of a lot easier to attract a bit more positivity. Now that might not actually shape the overall outcome of your goal or the path that you're on, but it certainly makes life easier, and it certainly means the ones that you can affect, you will affect in a positive fashion. So obviously, if you're smiling and you meet someone for the first time and you shake their hand and you make them feel good about themselves, and you're positive, you're more than likely going to get a positive reaction back. Whereas if you're scowling and you have a negative frame of mind and you have a negative, you look like you're distrustful of the person that you're just going to meet, you're not going to make them feel very comfortable, and you're probably going to get a mirror image reply and response to your own emotions back, and that's not going to make you feel good as well. So you can attract what you're putting out there. But even over and beyond the stuff that you cannot control, so that's your own emotions that you control, there are going to be things that you can't control that go wrong. So you have to be able to learn from them, or pivot and convert them into positives. So that's the 11 ways to bulletproof your mind. I'll go through them really quick. I'll give you a quick recap. Number 1, get yourself physically fit. Number 2, get yourself mentally fit. I love the way they just list, like it's just as easy as that. But you know what I mean? Have a think about them. Break them down on pen and paper. And have a think about each one of these points, right? Number 3, take up a confidence-building physical activity. So not just the gym. Something different that gives you confidence. Number 4, save as large a savings fund, or save as large an emergency fund, or save as large a pension fund, or whatever it is, or save a large war chest as large as possible, to give you the confidence as well to help bulletproof your mind in any eventuality that comes your way. Number 5, don't overly compare to others. Number 6, don't put too much of an emphasis on what others think of you. Number 7, meditate on your positive points and your future image of yourself. So positive future image of yourself. Number 8, keep a small but close group of family and friends. 9, become as self-sufficient as possible. Number 10, detach from an overemphasis on material possessions. And number 11, I'm not sure if I screwed up that count, but anyway, the last one, number 11, plan for the worst, hope for the best, and learn to convert negatives into positives. Thank you for listening. I'm Roundhouse Rob, the Success Sensei. Life is a fight you can enjoy and win. Bowing out.
This has been the Success Sensei, fighting the winning fight. So add us, subscribe, like, and comment. Keep those hands up and keep moving forward.